いしょ。あ、おはようございます。Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much for coming to the Sunday service. Today is happy day. Yeah. Happy Father's Day, Stanley-san. Thank you very much for taking care of the temple. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. This is the first time after, an emergency statement was issued. So, long time no see to have a service over here. But actually, after that, I was kind of busy because live streaming, video, Zoom meeting, internet meeting was possible. So I cannot make an excuse anymore. Sorry, I have an appointment over here. I can go to Oahu. I cannot go to Oahu. But now, because internet made it possible to have a meeting, so I even had a meeting with Japan, two organizations, and also Oahu. And then today I'm live streaming also to Oahu, Jodo Mission, Hawaii too. So internet made it possible many things. So that made people busy. And once a month, at least once a month, bishops of Hawaii Buddhist Council had a Zoom meeting, internet meeting. And we recently had a good meeting. And we mainly exchange our opinions and information. How do you observe, in-person services? And then I was wondering whether I should wear mask because, kind of I'm speaking, and that made it kind of dangerous to spread the virus if I had. So as always, Mayor Kawakami said, your mask protects me, my mask protects you, and wearing a mask is a sign of respect and aloha. So I thought I should wear a mask, at least. And then bishops also, they said they should wear a mask too. And also, they actually suggested that because we use the Otsutome book and we touch the book, so they actually recommend to have a monitor, screen, TV screen, and so that you don't need to have a, touch the book anymore. So today I don't have monitor, but in the future, if the coronavirus outbreak still continues, I should have a screen so that you don't need to touch, the book anymore. So that is another thought that Bishop, made a suggestion. So that is how we do the service. Today, I'd like to talk about most important teaching of Buddhism, the most important teaching of Buddhism. And the reason why the most important teaching is Buddhism is that I recently got to know the meaning of Vandana. Vandana T-Sarana. We get together, whenever Buddhists get together, we sing together, we chant together, and Vandana is common for all Buddhists, right? Nenbutsu, Namu Amida Butsu is for us, Jodoshu, very important. Also Honganji and also Pure Land Buddhist, Nenbutsu, Namu Amida Butsu is important, but not all Buddhists practice Nenbutsu, but Vandana and also T-Sarana practice by all Buddhists. All Buddhists practice Vandana and T-Sarana. That means Vandana and T-Sarana is the most important teaching. And Vandana, the meaning of Vandana is veneration, reverence, homage, or salute, worship. So there are many meanings, but mostly worship is the main meaning of the Vandana. So that means that worshiping the Buddha is what Buddhists are. So this is like an ID, identification. Who are Buddhists? Buddhists are the people who worship the Buddha. That is a definition of Buddhism. So Vandana, the meaning, reverence, veneration, respect, worship, is a number one practice that all Buddhists should do, practice. And the meaning is actually when we chant, first language is Pali language. It's an ancient Indian language, and there are actually many ancient Indian languages, but two ancient languages are used for Buddhist scriptures. One is Sanskrit. Sanskrit is for recording Buddhist scripture and also for writing. And then Pali languages are spoken languages, conversation languages, and Pali languages are used for sutras. And so this Vandana is actually Pali languages. And Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samansabuddhassa is actually spoken by Pali language, ancient Indian language. And the meaning is Namo is actually same as Namu. Namu is understood as take refuge. I take refuge, or I respect, I worship, I venerate. The meaning is Namo. And Tassa is a Namo Tassa. Tassa means to him. So this indicates that what kind of object do you worship? What kind of object do you pay respect? And so Tassa is to him. And then three descriptions continue. One is Bhagavato. Bhagavato is actually over here in the Otsutomi book translated as exalted one, and the meaning is blessed one. So we worship to him. And then three descriptions of who. And the one is Bhagavato, which is exalted one or blessed one. And number two, to whom we worship is we worship to Arahato. Arahato is actually in Japanese Arakan. And it is also translated as Ogu, is to worthy or to reserve, to deserve to receive offering. So this is Arahato is a person who got enlightenment, who entered Nirvana, is called Arahato. So we worship to blessed one, enlightened one, Arahato, and then the number three description is Samansa Buddhasa. Samansa Buddhasa. So Samansa Buddhasa can be divided two words. Samma. Samma is truly or really. Truly or really. Sambuddha. Sambuddha is, Sam is actually self. And the Buddha is awakened one. So number three description is truly self-enlightened one. Truly self-awakened one. We worship. And this self-enlightened one is very important because Shakyamuni Buddha is the first person in the history to be enlightened. He didn't have a teacher. He was enlightened by himself, by his own efforts. So self-enlightened, Samansa Buddhasa, is actually very important. And we, all Buddhists, have a teacher because all after Shakyamuni Buddha, he left many teachings. That's why we can work towards the enlightenment because we have a teacher. But Shakyamuni Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, he was self-enlightened. He was enlightened by himself, awakened by himself. So that Samansa Buddhasa indicates that. And so this Vandana, the sentence structure is very simple. Veneration to him. Bhagavato, blessed one. Arahato, enlightened one. And Samansa Buddhasa is a truly, and over here the translation is supremely awakened one. So this sentence structure is same as Namu Amida. Namu. Instead of Namo, we use Namu, but Namu and Namo are actually same meaning. So Namu, we worship who? Amida Buddha, Amida Buddha. So this can be like Soto mission, they chant Namu Shakyamuni Buddha. Namu, we worship which object? Shakyamuni Buddha. And Odaishi-san, Shingon mission, Namu, Daishi Henjo Kongo. Daishi Henjo Kongo. So Master Kobo, they worship. And Nichiren Nam Myoho Renge Kyo is a Lotus Sutra. They take refuge. So very simple sentence structure, but the three descriptions of Buddha continue. That is what Vandana. And this is the most important teaching that we worship Buddha. And then T-Sarana is actually translated as Sankiemon, is like three treasures or three jewels. That is translated. And T is actually Pali language, and Sanskrit is tree. And in French, like one, two, tres is a three. So all tree and the T are actually related, and even three is the same, genre. So T actually means three. And Sarana is a noun which is like shelter or refugee, shelter or refugee. So T-Sarana means three refugees, three shelters, what it means. And this is also Pali language. And very simple. Buddhan Saranang Gacchami, Dhamman Saranang Gacchami, Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. And the difference is because we say Buddha, right? Buddha. And Pali language is Buddha. And then we say Dharma is a Buddhist teaching. Dharma is a Sanskrit. And Pali language is Dhamma. Dhamma. So a little bit different. So even we say Sutra. Sutra is like a Sanskrit. But in Pali language, they say Sutta. Sutta. And also we say Nirvana. Nirvana. But in Pali language is Nibbana. Nibbana. So very similar, but very little different. And so Buddhan Saranang Gacchami, Dhamma. So instead of Dharma, they say Dhamma. Dhamman Saranang Gacchami. And then Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. And then, so also, if you see the T-Sarana in the Otome book, you see M. So Buddham, M indicates that is prediposition, that means two Buddha. And then, as the title of T-Sarana indicates, three refugees. So Saranang and also M is actually four refugees, four shelters. And then Gacchami is a verb that I go. So I go to the Buddha for refugee. And over here, the translation use shelter and guidance. And then Dhamman Saranang Gacchami is I go Gacchami to the Dharma, the Buddha's teaching, and Saranang is for shelter, for guidance, for refugee. And then last sentence is Sanghang Saranang Gacchami is I go to the Sangha, the Buddhist community who practice Buddhist Dharma. That is Sangha. And then Saranang is for the refugees, for the shelters. So that is the meaning. And Buddhist, it's called three treasures or three jewels. Yeah, and because it's so important. So who are Buddhists? What are Buddhists is actually the people who worship Buddha and who worship Buddha's teaching, Dharma, and who worship the Buddha's community, who practice Buddha's teaching. So even people come to the temple, but if they don't worship the Buddha and the three treasures, they cannot be called Buddhists. The Buddhists, who are Buddhists, is the people who worship Buddha. This is a number one and most important teaching that we should follow. So Buddhan Dhamman Sangha is in Japanese Kiebutsu, Namu Kiebutsu, Namu Kieho, Namu Kieso. When we get together, we chant to confirm that we are Buddhists to work together. So that's why every Buddhist gatherings, we chant Vandana and T-Sarana. So in this sense, Namu Amida Butsu, we say Namu Amida Butsu is very important because this is a worship, the word of worship to Amida Buddha. So this one comes first, because this is a practice of the Buddhism. And so this actually can be practiced even we are born into the Pure Land. And Pure Land is actually ultimate bliss, ultimate pleasure. So no suffering, there is no suffering. And what they do in the Pure Land is they always enjoy listening to the Buddha teaching. And all the natural sound, even the wind makes a sound, and even the river, pond, they make a sound, and that naturally you understand Buddha's teaching. And one of the routines they do every day is that 6 times a day, the very beautiful and fragrant flowers called mandarake. So mandarake coming down to the earth. And our joy, the Pure Land people joy, is to pick up very fragrant with beyond description. So beautiful, so fragrant flower pick up. And to go to various Buddhas in the universe to worship the Buddha with mandarake flower. And then they come back to have a breakfast. So this, offering of mandarake flowers, beautiful flower, is what people in the Pure Land still continue to do because they worship the Buddhas in the universe. So that is, I think, one of the joys that we continue to do. So that's why worshiping is a number one important for all Buddhists, not only in this life, but also in the Pure Land we continue to do. So let's worship the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha by page. Page 3, Invocation. Amida Buddha, the awakened one, the compassionate one, we ask for your guidance on this happy day. Lead us from the numbness of routine and from all bitterness of heart to a peaceful place of compassion and wisdom. Grant us the strength and abiding consciousness to work together harmoniously in our temple and our community. Help us to always remember that life is one, and therefore that all living things coexist and are interconnected, and that your infinite light of compassion shines upon the hearts of everyone. Namu Amida Butsu. Page 5, Vandana T-Sarana.
Page 6, Shuka Tsukikage. Page 9.
Eightfold Path. The Buddha teaches us that we may become pure and holy by following the rules he laid down for us. Let us repeat them and also remember at all times what they mean. First, let us learn and try to understand the truth. Right purpose. Let us try always to do what is right. Third, right speech. Let us be truthful and kind in all we say. Fourth, right conduct. Let us try to behave ourselves at all times. Fifth, right livelihood. Let us earn our living in a way which will not harm anyone. Sixth, right endeavor. Let us constantly try to become better. Seventh, right thought. Let us cherish our thoughts because our words and our actions arise from our thoughts. Eighth, right meditation. Let us think often of Amida Buddha and repeat the sacred name, Namu Amida Butsu. May the sacred presence of Amida, who said he would abide in his teaching, be our guide. May we follow his glorious example and tread with unfaltering until we too shall attain enlightenment. Thank you. Page 17, Kaikyo-ge. 不常人人法法ながこ天文特事事がねごら真実
The unsurpassed, profound, and wondrous Dharma, even after hundreds, thousands, million years, is difficult to encounter. We now here receive and uphold it. May we understand the true message of the Tathagata. Shisei-ge, page 18. 節無量寿教姿勢が言調性が意志無常の志願不満の政府上昇学の人政府上昇学の市場物度上昇長人国教認証政府上昇学理薬事証上映主言用しぐ無常理想天理主義的変動不祥不採用症状三空交際集約難解自治営不死本能安閉塞小悪度中脱前十問空想上慢利用老自公日が主義天候主義自主解放造法政府の両大主義先方史実用一切物空足習得音願念質量満徳理三愛両物分言通達理空主感学名理とし三小志願や根が内戦の感動国書天に同一妙形
Page 18, the birth of the four vows. I have established the unsurpassed vows and shall without fail reach the ultimate path. If these vows are not fulfilled, may I not attain perfect enlightenment. Should I for countless aeons not become a great benefactor and relieve all those in poverty and suffering, may I not attain perfect enlightenment. When I reach the path of the Buddha, my name shall resound beyond the 10 directions. Should there be a place in which it cannot be heard, may I not attain perfect enlightenment. Abandoning desire with profound right mindfulness and pure wisdom, I shall cultivate pure practice. I shall intently pursue the ultimate path to become a teacher of all celestial and human beings. Divine power radiates forth a great light that completely illuminates limitless lands, eliminating the darkness of the three defilements to lead all beings out of suffering, opening their eyes of wisdom to extinguish the darkness of ignorance and obstructing the harmful path to provide passage to the gate of fortunate destiny. Fully endowed with all the virtues, the Buddha's majestic radiance shall shine brightly in the 10 directions, outshining the sun and the moon, and eclipsing the brilliance of the heavens. For the sake of all beings, a Buddha opens the Dharma storehouse and widely shares its treasures of virtue. Among all who have gathered, a Buddha always expounds the Dharma like a lion's roar, making offerings to all the Buddhas and becoming endowed with all roots of virtue. With the virtue, vows and wisdom perfected, a Buddha becomes a hero of the three realms. Like the unimpeded wisdom of a Buddha that reaches and shines upon all, I vow that the power of my virtue and wisdom will be equal to yours, most venerable one. If these vows are realized, may the whole universe tremble with joy, and from the sky all the celestial beings will rain down rare and wondrous flowers. Honzei-ge, page 23.
イダ本誓願極楽しよ文書三とエコ即所無所心
Amida Buddha's original vows are the essential gate to the ultimate bliss. May this merit be transferred equally to enable us to immediately attain birth in the Pure Land. Junen. Namu Amida Bu, 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 Namu Amida Bu. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Bu. Page 24, Shoyakumon. Komyo henyo jippo sekai nenbutsu jo seshu shan. The infinite light of Amida Buddha illuminates the 10 directions of the world, and all who call upon his name shall be received and never abandoned. Namu Amida Please offer incense. Namu Amida 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 Namu Amida Page 25, Merit Transference for the Deceased. Dedicating merit through the chanting of sutta passages and the calling of Amida Buddha's name is an important practice in Jodoshu. This is a time to offer our prayers to our ancestors and beloved ones, as well as to remember them with gratitude for all they have done for us. May we aspire to live fruitful, peaceful lives while sending our thoughts to those who are not with us in this world. Let us now offer our prayers so that everyone be released from suffering and be born into Amida Buddha's pure land of ultimate bliss. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Page 26, Soeko-ge. 元日苦毒浄土聖一切道中の大師阿上羅国 We aspire for these merits and virtues to be equally bestowed upon all, and may we together develop the aspiration for enlightenment to achieve birth in the pure land of peace and bliss. Junen.
Sogange Page 27. Dang homon mujin seiganchi mujo bodai seigan shojita hokai doriyaku gushogoku raku jobutsu-do.
English. However innumerable sentient beings are, I honestly vow to enlighten them all. However inexhaustible delusions are, I honestly vow to extinguish them all. However immeasurable the Buddha's teachings are, I honestly vow to comprehend them all. However incomparable enlightenment is, I honestly vow to attain it by all means. I sincerely wish to share the blessing with all beings. Together we are born into the pure land of ultimate bliss to achieve the way of the Buddha. Sanshorai. Page 29, Sobutsu-ge. Sobutsu-ge Pong kanji shunai. May we now call upon all the Buddhas to return to their lands. We offer incense and flowers in appreciation to send them off. We ask for your compassion and protection. May those who have gone before us to encourage us to attain birth in the Pure Land. Thank you very much. ありがとうございます。I started playing the keyboard again. For a long time, I didn't touch it, but I'm very surprised. Oh, I can play it because I used to play from my childhood. My father, actually in the late 1970s, he came to Hawaii, and he was very impressed to attend Betsuin service, Sunday service. And when he came back to Japan, he started Sunday service at family temple, my father. And then he was also very influenced, to play the piano during the service. And he made me to learn piano. And so at first I was very interested, but as I grown up, as I get closer to the teenager, I had a teenager business, so I didn't like playing anymore. But my father was very seriously, it was very hard to persuade him, never give up. But I couldn't do anymore. So, in order to persuade my father to quit playing the piano, I promised I will continue playing the practice without a teacher. But I didn't. But after many years, I actually enjoyed. Actually, after came to Hawaii, I enjoyed playing, and so that means that although I regretted, I quit learning the piano, but now I can restart, continue, enjoy. So that is, I think, very important. So thank you very much. And thank you very much for making refreshment. ありがとうございます。Thank you. じゃあ、let us recite 南無阿弥陀仏 10 times. 如来大慈悲愛民5年、同生10年。南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏。南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏。じゃあ、ありがとうございます。Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This concludes the service. Oh, Stacy-san. Hi, good morning. ありがとうございます。I wonder if internet connection was good or not today. Was okay? Thank you.
So like this organ, it's actually an organ, right?
The keyboard. Yeah.
Yeah, the keyboard. So can you do something to make it sound like a piano?
Yeah. So piano sound was kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is more organ sound. Yeah?
Right. Yeah. Oh, Sebastian, thank you. Okay. Oh, thank you.